How you doing today, folks? This is MR with MR Team Associates coming back to you just to talk with you guys about a way of I'm going to give you one of my tips in regards to the booklet that I do sell, but I'm not asking you to buy anything. I just want to try to help you guys, in a sense, boost up your credit. So I'm just going to give you one of the tips that I do sell in the booklet. Okay, but I do have a booklet online that I am offering you guys for free. It's certain things that for you guys to know about the 38 mistakes that you do with your credit. And by knowing these things, you probably, by reading it, will say, oh, you know what, I've done this, and this is why this has affected me this way. But that's free of charge. All you have to do is review the channel and rate the video, subscribe to it, and then also comment and email your screen name to me, and I'll just email the book back to you. The booklet, I should say, to you free of charge, no problem. Alright, but the tip that I want to mention to you guys is in reference to you guys having multiple credit cards. Now, having multiple credit cards is a good thing, but if they all have balances on them or they're maxed out, it's not good because it's pulling on your credit. So what the tip is this: if you have any store cards or gasoline cards, the best thing to do is to slowly cancel them out. And what I mean by that is pay them off, and then after you pay them off, once a month, just close the account out. Why are you doing this? Because that's as fast as you want to go. Why are you doing this? This will allow you to definitely bump up your score in the process of you getting rid of the cards and freeing up more of your finances and funds for yourself. So if you do have store cards or gasoline cards, that would be one thing to do. But now, here's another tip there, additional to what I just mentioned to you. Now, you want to get rid of the ones that are the youngest or newest. Not something that you've been having for, like 5, 7, 10 years. Or maybe 2, 3, 4 years. If you have something like that's just been recently opened, 2 years, 18 months, 6 months, those will be the cards that you will want to close out first. But as I stated before, one a month. By doing this, it will once again boost up your credit score. Because the ones that have the longer duration as far as time shows a credit history. A monthly payment, you've been having this credit open for, say, 7 years. So it's in good standing. So that's a major part of your credit history. And by paying on them monthly, it's good. Definitely bumping up your score. Close out the newer ones first, but slowly. Do that once a month. You have to look at the time period of how long you had them to know which one you will want to close out first, but you have to pay them off first. You just can't close them out. Okay? So, and that's one of the ways to do it. And that's with the store and gasoline cards. Because like I said before, those do not really boost up your credit. Not as much as having the major credit cards. Now, having major credit cards is one thing that really boosts up your credit. It's revolving credit, so you want to definitely keep that going. But now, what you really need is three major credit cards, which would be MasterCard, Visa, American Express, or Discover. 3 out of those 4 is good to have. And then what you do is you charge those cards. And what you do, you make the payment as far as the minimum monthly payment the first month. But the next month, if the payment is not too high, if I say the balance is not too high, you pay off the balance the next month. And this helps your score to rise. Once again, you just pay the first month after you've used it, the minimum, and then after that, the following month, you pay the balance off. It's a way of boosting up your credit score. It's a little trick that, the CRAs are aware of, but they don't hold it against you. See, they're in the business to make money off of interest. So the longer you have a balance, the more money they make. And then also, it keeps your score at a certain level, but then there's a chance that something may arise where your score may be lower because you're not making the payment on time or just not making it at all. So once again, keep it low, pay the minimum the first month, and then what you do is you pay the balance off. So if it's gas, groceries that you would normally have used with the store cards or the gasoline cards, put them on your credit card. All right. Also, what it is you will want to also keep a balance, at least 25% of your total credit limit. So in regards to doing that, like say you have a $5,000 limit and you just use $1,000 of it. There you have that there. You see, that right there is 20% of your $5,000 limit. The max that you want to get it at too is 35%, but you really want to keep it at 25% because it's more manageable just in case anything arises and you have to pay it off quickly. So the higher your balance is, the more money you should be making. But if your balances are high, then you need to really focus on lowering them. So you want to keep your limit at a good standing, but you also want to keep your balance low too. So like I said, 25% is a good ratio to keep it under, or I should say at. And by doing so, you will keep your credit score at a nice level, and then when you do other things, you will just raise it up. So once again, to recap, you would, if you have store cards and gasoline cards, you want to close those out, but more so the newest, the youngest ones first. And what you want to do is you want to go 1 month at a time by closing them out. Pay the balance off, close one out each month till you get down to the 3 or 4 major credit cards, depending on your income level of where you're at. Then also, you just want to charge your card and then also pay the balance off the next month. You pay the minimum and then you pay the balance off in full. So that way you will definitely keep your score rising. So that's all I have to say today from here I should say. This is MRT from MRT and Associates. Wolf One. Also, once again, mentioning to you that credit matters. Always remember, folks, credit matters.